Hello everyone! If you are doing business in Brazil or planning to enter the Brazilian market, you want to understand how the country handles breach of contracts. Today we are diving into an important topic, breach of contracts in Brazil, and what it means for your business. Whether you're an entrepreneur, an investor, or just curious about Brazilian law, this video will give you valuable insights. In Brazil, contracts are the backbone of business agreements. But what happens when one party doesn't hold up their end of the deal? Let's talk about breach of contract and the legal steps involved. First things first. What's a breach of contract? Simply put, it's when one party fails to fulfill their contract obligations, whether it's delivering goods, services, or meeting agreed upon deadlines. In Brazil, there are two main types of breaches. Total breach, when a party completely fails to perform their obligations, and partial breach, when a party fails to perform part of their obligations, but still does some of it. Understanding this distinction is crucial because they can affect how you pursue legal action or even how you negotiate settlements. So what can you do if you are facing a breach of contract in Brazil? The good news is Brazilian law provides clear mechanisms for dealing with this. The first step is to send a formal notification to the breaching party, requesting that they fulfill their obligations. This is often the simplest and the fastest way to resolve the issue without going to court. If this doesn't work, you may have to resort to legal action. Brazilian courts are quite active when it comes to contract disputes, and you can seek a range of remedies, including damage, compensations for any losses you have incurred, specific performance, a court order requiring the breaching party to fulfill their obligations, termination, canceling the contract and seeking restitution. One thing to keep in mind is that the Brazilian contract often includes arbitration clause, which requires disputes to be resolved outside of the courts. If your contract has one of these clauses, it's important to follow the procedures outlined in the agreement, as arbitration can be faster and less expensive than litigation. Now, let's talk about prevention. As always, prevention is better than dealing with a breach after it happens. Clear, concise contracts are key to avoid these situations. In Brazil, it's common for contracts to include clauses that specifically address what happens if the events of a breach. Make sure you are working with a skilled lawyer who can draft these terms and protect your business interests. And finally, if you find yourself facing a breach of contract situation in Brazil, make sure you are prepared. Seek advice from a legal expert and always aim to resolve disputes professionally and promptly. A strong, well-crafted contract can save you a lot of time, money, and stress in the long run. So whether you are a business owner, investor, or entrepreneur, understand how Brazil handles breach of contracts can help you navigate the legal landscape with confidence. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with anyone who might benefit from this information. And if you have any questions, please send an email. Our website is described on this video. Thanks a lot for watching and see you in the next video. Bye bye.